I want to share with you a metaphor that I really love because it helps to explain why we sometimes swing between feeling totally overwhelmed and trying to control everything. Stick around until the end of this video as I'll share 10 practical ways to help you get back to feeling calm and steady. Psychiatrist Dr. Siegal uses a really helpful metaphor called the river of integration to explain what's happening in our minds during these times of stress. When your brain is integrated, when all the different parts are working well together, it's kind of like drifting down a calm, gentle river. Picture this: the sun's shining, the water's smooth, and everything just feels manageable. This is the middle of the river of integration. You're alert but not on edge, calm but not zoned out. It's the sweet spot where learning feels easy, enjoyment comes naturally, and connecting with others just flows. Being in the middle of the river, in that integrated state, means you're tuned into yourself, noticing your own thoughts, feelings, and body, and you're attuned to others, which means you can sense what they're feeling and can respond with understanding. Now, imagine on either side of the river are two banks, the bank of chaos and the bank of rigidity. When you're in chaos, everything feels overwhelming and unpredictable. There's too much emotion and too little control. From the riverbank, the water looks like it's rushing way too fast with no way to slow it down. But when you're in rigidity, everything feels numb, shut down, and over-controlled. Now, no matter how calm your river is, life has a way of throwing obstacles in that act like boulders in the water. These could be difficult situations or thoughts that stir up strong emotions like anger, sadness, frustration, or anxiety. And they can push the boat towards the riverbanks, making you panic or shut down completely. Let me describe what this looks like by talking about Alex. On a good day, Alex is in the middle of the river. Okay? He's steady, present, and able to handle whatever comes up. But when he faces conflict or feels judged, the river gets rough. He might get swept up in emotion, shout, or feel completely out of control. That's the chaos bank. At other times, Alex might shut down, get overly rigid, or try to control everything perfectly, like nothing can go wrong. That's the rigidity bank. Both are different ways of expressing the same thing: a loss of integration. But why is being integrated so important? An integrated mind is one that can stay flexible, open, and respond to what's happening instead of reacting impulsively or getting pulled towards chaos or rigidity. When the mind is integrated, we don't need everything to be perfect or predictable in order to cope. We can handle surprises, bounce back from failure, and adapt to changes rather than panicking or shutting down. Integration also helps us feel more empathy. When we're balanced, our emotional world is open enough to hold both our own feelings and someone else's at the same time, which helps us to build healthy relationships. This ability to pause, notice what's happening inside, and choose how to respond is the foundation of emotional regulation. Dr. Siegal uses the acronym FACES to describe what an integrated mind looks like in real life. It's flexible, adaptive, coherent, energized, and stable. So, how do we stay in the river? The goal isn't to avoid strong emotions or difficult situations. Those are a natural part of life that's never going to change. Instead, it's about developing integration, the ability to stay connected, aware, and balanced even when the river gets rough. One of the best parts of Dr. Siegal's metaphor is that the river itself isn't fixed. It can be widened. That means we can actually increase our capacity to stay in the flow state, even when life gets stressful or intense. Think of it this way: a wider river gives us more space to navigate the rocks without getting pushed into the banks of chaos or rigidity. 1. Notice your internal signals. Pay attention to early signs of chaos or rigidity, such as tightness in the chest, irritability, zoning out or going blank. Awareness is the first step to staying in the middle of the river. 2. Name your bank. I know it might feel silly, but say to yourself, I'm on the bank of chaos, or I'm on the bank of rigidity. That awareness of your emotional state helps you to begin the shift back to the middle of the river. 3. Ground yourself in the present moment. Grounding helps different parts of your brain work together by keeping you in the here and now. It helps you notice your thoughts and feelings without getting pulled into chaos or rigidity. There are lots of ways to do this, but one of my favourites is the 5-4-3-2-1 technique. Notice 5 things that you can see, 4 that you can touch, 3 that you can hear, 2 that you can smell, and 1 that you can taste, or at least imagine tasting. 4. Name to tame. When you name the emotion you're feeling, you're helping your brain integrate by calming down the limbic system, which is the emotional part of your brain, and supporting connection with the prefrontal cortex, the thinking part of your brain. 5. Hit the pause button. A pause gives your thinking brain time to come back online. This helps you choose how you want to respond. Breathing slowly and deeply also activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which can help you settle back into the river of integration. 6. Create routines. Predictable routines support integration. When certain things in your day feel stable, your mind has more capacity to handle challenges with flexibility and calm. The key here is balance. Routines help you feel grounded, not trapped in rigid control where everything has to be perfect. 7. Physical movement. Moving your body, walking, stretching, shaking off tension helps regulate your nervous system and brings your mind back into balance. 8. Connect with someone safe. Reach out to a trusted friend or supportive person. Co-regulation through connection widens the river more quickly than doing it alone. Maybe this one seems too obvious, but how often do we actually do this when we need to? 9. Show self-compassion. Being kind to yourself reduces shame, and shame is something which often pushes us into rigidity or chaos. Self-compassion helps you stay connected and stable. 10. Reflect. Reflection helps integrate past experiences so they don't push you towards chaos or rigidity in the present. When the river of your mind is wide, rough waters don't push you into chaos or rigidity as easily. Strong emotions will still sometimes pull your boat towards chaos or rigidity, or even make you zigzag between them. That's normal, but you don't have to stay there. Next time these emotions happen, use these tools to widen your river and strengthen your integration. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, drop a comment below or share it with someone you think might benefit. Take care, and take care of your river.